What happens
What's
when you
up,
give
guys? Welcome
ex-AAA
back
game
to Let's
developers
Watch
Lenovo
Death
Y
Battle.
Series computers?
So there's an
They
ad going
create an
on right
all-new
now.
first and
So,
third-person
sorry.
tower defense game with you.
That's right, Lenovo and Dark Rift are letting you help create a game.
Let the ad run.
Your first mission is to click the link in the description and head to LenovoGameState.com.
Oh,
Sign
this
up
is
and
the
leave
ad,
comments on the tile Mission 1. Good guys, bad guys, and the weapons.
Commenting will unlock badges and rank you up on the leaderboard, and then check back for the Game State update and see if your comment is featured.
And don't forget to spread the word on social media with the hashtag
Is that one of their
GameState.
interns?
Let's build a game together through the power of Lenovo.
Alright, here we go. Death Battle. It's one of my favorite things
Since
to watch.
its creation in the Stone Age, the bow and arrow forever revolutionized hunting and warfare.
But these
There's a
two
lot of
archers have
mathematics
honed
behind
their
it.
bow skills to a degree of pure artistry.
Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer of Star City.
And Hawkeye, purple-clad trick shooter of the Avengers. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find
This
out
is a
who
good
would
game.
win a death battle.
Oh, it's a 2D battle. Okay.
Allow me to tell you the tale of an archer garbed in green who brought justice to the rich and championed the poor.
He's not
I
Robin
speak,
Hood.
of course, of the legendary outlaw named Oliver Queen. What, you think I meant Robin Hood? Come on.
Oliver was the son of Robert and Moira Queen, billionaire owners of the weapons
the
and
Justice
technology
League
development
music.
company Queen Industries in
Let's go-
Star
Yeah,
City.
he did meet the actual
Oliver
Robin
was on
Hood.
track to inherit the family business and fortune,
The
but
chili.
it all
I remember
ended up
that.
coming much sooner than anybody expected.
While on safari, which rich people apparently just do all the time, Oliver's parents were murdered by lions. No, I'm not kidding, but hey, Mom got off a wicked headshot before she went out.
The family fortune and business were now in Oliver's hands. However, desperate to forget the horrible trauma of his parents' death by lions, he turned to a lifestyle of booze and debauchery.
The
Sounds
best way to
like
cope.
kind
well,
of
until one day
Tony
he partied
Stark-ish.
so hard that he fell off his private yacht. Hate it when that happens. Eventually, he washed up onto the shore of a lone island, Tom Hanks style.
Desperate to survive, Oliver knew he must resort to the archery training taught to him by his late father. He assembled a makeshift bow and, over time, gained an uncanny accuracy with the weapon. With each successful kill, Oliver's self-reliance grew, transforming the once irresponsible playboy into a capable survivor.
And just in time. Turns out this island was home to a massive drug smuggling operation. How he didn't find them earlier is beyond me, but whatever.
You probably didn't
With
look too
nothing
far.
but his hunter's instincts and some newly improvised trick arrows, Oliver brought down the dealers, radioed in a rescue, and returned to Star City a new man. With a newfound taste for justice, Oliver vowed he would no longer waste his talents and use them to protect the innocent. To do this, he would have to become someone else, something else. He became the Green Arrow.
Who's actually surprisingly very capable
True
fighter
to his
without the
namesake,
bow.
the Green Arrow favors a bow over anything else. And while that may sound like it puts him at a disadvantage, he's developed trick arrows for every situation. And I do mean every situation.
Yes.
He carries tear gas arrows, grappling hook arrows, flashbang arrows, even arrows filled with
Explosive,
acid.
kryptonite,
Is that the
boxing
one for the
glove,
Grateful Dead
diamond tip.
concerts?
No,
Tornado
no,
buzzsaw.
corrosive acid. It burns through things.
He also has boomerang arrows, along
Yeah.
with diamond-tipped arrows to pierce just about anything, explosive arrows ranging from small blasts to an atomic warhead, and the boxing glove arrow.
It's everybody's favorite.
Silly as it may appear, Oliver only kills when it's absolutely necessary. So delivering a long-range punch to the face makes some sense. At least more so than many of the other trick arrows in his quiver, like the donut arrow, a weapon designed to feed children.
It's dangerous and delicious.
Green Arrow likes to come to a fight prepared, and his expertise extends beyond just the use of a bow. He has extensive training in assassination and martial arts under some of the best teachers around, including Natas, the man who turned Deathstroke into one of the deadliest mercenaries in the world.
Green Arrow became such a skilled fighter that he was voted into the Justice League, saving the world alongside the likes of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman,
Batman and him are
Black
both
Canary, a smoking hot blonde who he took a liking to. Don't mind saving a few more things with her.
Are we dead yet? No. Are we dead yet?
Being a part of the Justice League has pit Green Arrow against foes powerful enough to be called gods, and somehow he not only survives, but he actually helps. He's fast enough to fire 29 arrows in 1 minute. His accuracy is so on point, he is able to shoot water dripping from a faucet at 30 feet away and split a grape balanced on a man's head.
He'll do whatever it takes to get the job done, like shooting a girl's hand to keep her from falling, or torture. There's no way around it. He tortures people. But it's for the greater good, right?
Of course, but even with all his trick arrows, his quiver does have limited space.
Yes.
And he prefers to keep his armor minimal, focusing instead on offense over defense.
But hey, he's not all
Movement
arrows and
is
killing.
pretty much his best
Eventually, he
defense.
and Black Canary got together and started up a flower shop called Sherwood Florist.
I know.
As
It's
an
funny.
expert on puns. 10 out of 10, Ollie.
1 arrow each.
I accept your challenge on 3. 1,
2.
3.
He wins.
A hero can come from anywhere, from the streets of New York,
Yeah.
the depths of space, or a tiny rural home in Iowa.
But growing up in the middle of nowhere
had
wasn't
a bad
easy for
childhood.
13-year-old Clint Barton. Turns out his dad had some bad habits, like being an alcoholic
Why do
or
like
beating
all
the
the
shit
Marvel
out of his
heroes'
sons,
dads have
Clint
bad
Barney.
habits?
After years of abuse, Clint longed to fight back and defend his family from his violent father.
Obviously, a bit too much to ask of a 13-year-old
I
child.
like how they put past
Luckily
romances
enough,
for
his
both
dad's
of them.
car did the job for him, along with a big tree. Remember, kids, drinking and driving is not okay. I mean, do you want this to be you? That's what I thought.
Orphaned by DWI, Clint and Barney had a second chance at a family and were adopted by a new dad, who was just as bad as the first.
Maybe even more. Dad number 2 tried to run him down with his car.
Until they were rescued by circus performers Jacques
Who were
and
also
Buck,
bad, I
who took
think.
them under their wing and into the Carson Carnival of Traveling
I
Wonders.
think they were also.
These guys saw
aren't they stealing
potential
money?
in Clint's natural bow and arrow talent and began his archery training. Clint's skill rose rapidly, and he soon took the stage as Hawkeye, the trick shooter.
In only 1 year, Hawkeye became a master of his craft. But a rift formed between teacher and student when he discovered Jacques was stealing money from the circus and training his brother Barney to be a thief.
Turns out the 2 heroes who rescued them were actually supervillains. What's with these kids' luck?
AVG,
Did they like
stop it.
open an umbrella inside which scared a black cat to dart under a ladder which fell and broke a mirror reflecting the sun's rays to burn down a field of 4-leaf clovers?
No, that happened to
No.
Nick. What?
Anyway, Clint hated the idea of working for a couple of D-bags and ran away. Lucky for him, all it took to find a new calling in life was to see Iron Man soaring overhead. Another alcoholic father figure, but in the fun way.
Inspired to use his talents to fight criminals just like the Iron Avenger, Clint took up his old stage name, donned his circus costume once more, and crafted a wide assortment of multi-use trick arrows.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hawkeye's putty arrows cover foes in glue. His acid arrows can melt through steel. He can scale buildings with suction-tipped arrows. His adamantium arrows are tipped in nearly indestructible metal. Hell, one of his arrows is a 30-megaton bomb.
He also carries PIM particle trick arrows. PIM particles shrink or enlarge objects via shifting matter between dimensions. They take their name from Ant-Man.
Hawkeye uses this dimensional wizardry to shoot an arrow which is literally full of other arrows.
With his quiver loaded full of impossibility, Hawkeye took to the city to begin
That's
his
gonna be an
crusade
issue.
against injustice. But on his first outing, while trying to return some stolen jewels, the police mistook him for a thief. And it really didn't help that he fled the scene with then infamous criminal Black Widow.
Well,
Yeah.
he knew better, but if there's one thing Hawkeye does when he's conflicted, it's not ask questions and follow where the old shaft takes you. And
Oh,
no,
Lord.
I'm not talking about a trick arrow. So he helped Black Widow until one of their shenanigans resulted in her apparent death. Believing
But she
he
didn't
was
die.
free from the grip of the succubus, he remembered that crime is bad and went to join the Avengers.
Not just the Avengers. Over the years, Hawkeye's lent his bow to other super teams such as the Thunderbolts
And the Justice League.
Avengers, Defenders, Thunderbolts. I make any team better.
In the midst of highly advanced armor, rage-fueled monsters, and gods from other dimensions, you'd think a simple archer would be of little use. But Hawkeye's feats prove he is anything but simple.
Hawkeye can shoot 4 incoming arrows out of the sky at once, shatter the bow of a distant archer with a single shot, and string his whole bow and fire an arrow in less than a second. Plus, his aim is so good he'll hit bullseyes when he's strapped to what I like to call Satan's carousel.
But he is more than just an archer. After grueling training under Captain America, Clint temporarily set aside the Hawkeye suit to become the samurai Ronin. The result even impressed Iron Fist, one of the greatest martial artists in the world.
And for a supposedly normal human, he's surprisingly tough. He's shaken off falls from several stories, fought in battles with cracked ribs, and managed to not die from this.
Luckily for Hawkeye, a kid with a Ghostbusters 2 shirt found him and alerted the paramedics. And he made a complete recovery within 6 weeks.
Who you gonna call?
Dang.
The hospital, kid! Quick! Holy shit! That was like 100 bullets! Bleeding everywhere!
A reminder that even a
Yeah.
seasoned Avenger isn't always bulletproof. But after this, Hawkeye's buddy Tony Stark upgraded his outfit to include some chainmail. So that's handy.
But it
Yeah.
can't cover everything. Plus, Hawkeye can only carry so many trick arrows at once, and has to make every shot count.
Yes, he
Also,
does.
he's kind of hard of hearing, but you would be too if a psychopath hid behind a door and jammed 2 arrows in your ears. But Tony also made him some kick-ass hearing aids. Though if they get damaged, he'd lose about 80% of his hearing.
That
Still,
could be a
as an
problem.
Avenger, Defender, and so much more, Hawkeye has accomplished a lot for a circus performer from Iowa.
Okay, look, the city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. But I'm going back out there because it's my job. If you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
Oh, shoot. My mouse has been in the way. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, the combatants
Alright.
are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I need to conquer all of your lands.
Okay, we're gonna pause it there. So, all right. Here's some of the, I guess the up and down. My prediction, at least, for how the fight's going to go. So Green Arrow, and I mean they both have pretty cool trick shot arrows, you know, for every kind of occasion. And it seems like a back and forth. I know that in my own research, Green Arrow has had difficulties before in hand-to-hand combat with people who are better at it, like Deathstroke and Batman. But on the flip side, you know, he's pretty much an unrivaled archer. Nobody rivals him. Kind of, well, with Hawkeye. Let's see, I don't know if they mentioned his shock arrows or his freeze arrows at all, for either of them, because I think they both have them. Let's see, exploding arrows. There's a ton of arrows. The handcuff arrows, I don't know if they mentioned those, where he, like, fires and it cuffs, you know, somebody's hands together. Against another archer, I feel that those would be pretty useful. You know, because you can't fire if you're handcuffed. Let's see. Durability, I mean, Hawkeye was shot a bunch of times. I think Green Arrow got stabbed once by Deathstroke, if I remember correct. I haven't read the comics in so long now, it's just way over my head. The level of people that they've fought, I mean, I kind of have to give experience to Green Arrow for that one, because he's tangled with, you know, Darkseid and guys of that sort of caliber, you know, brought down Superman before, he's gone toe-to-toe with Batman, so, I mean, he's not a pushover. I'm not saying that Hawkeye is, but, you know, the caliber of guys that he has to sort of go up against sometimes it's very different to what I think really Hawkeye's enemies are. I mean, Hawkeye's, he's skilled. He's not weak. And I saw that thing about, the Dark Avengers, Daken, Moonstone, Venom. I think Kingpin was another one of them. Sentry was one as well. Though I don't think Hawkeye ever fought Sentry in the Dark Avengers storyline. Anyways, I think that's enough rambling from me. I think it depends, like, when they use certain arrows. The nuclear warhead arrow is, I think that's a kicker, if you have an arrow that is a nuclear warhead. But then I remember reading that the adamantium arrow, like, can absorb energy? So it might be an issue if he fires that nuclear warhead and then Hawkeye fires that adamantium arrow and absorbs the energy and then it hits Green Arrow. So my prediction, and it's a bit biased because I've always been a DC fan, but I think Green Arrow is going to win. I think they might be on equal terms in, like, archery skill, but I just think his trick arrows give him more advantage over what Hawkeye can do. So, yeah, there's my prediction. Let's continue watching.
Are you ready to join thousands of other clans in a war to control kingdoms?
Conquer kingdoms and villages in Clash of Kings: Last Empire.
Two
a new
ads in
RTS
one
RPG
video.
multiplayer war game that pits your army against friends and enemies all over the world.
Create your empire by building massive cities and conquering the lands of your enemies, or even
Who
your
is this
friends.
guy? I haven't seen him in any other
Or
videos.
build a strong
See their
alliance
new
with other
intern?
players and work together to take down people like Boomstick.
Hey, I mean, I know the bigger I build my city, the more enemies I create, but there's no need to be jealous.
Are you ready to stand as your town's leader? Start building your empire and lead your army into epic multiplayer strategy battles today in Clash of Kings: Last Empire.
It's basically
Clash of
Age
Kings:
of War.
Last Empire is currently available on the iTunes App Store and Google
played
Play.
Age of War,
Download
and I
it
hate
right
it
now
so much.
and get to conquering. But first, it's time for a death battle!
Alrighty. So where are they right now? Grappling hook arrow, so here, Green Arrow. I see they're going with this version of Green Arrow. Okay. I say Hawkeye failed. He had a chance to shoot him. Ding! They collide in midair.
Yes, I can dodge and shoot at the same time.
Not today, sweetheart. You're gonna try to out-archer me? This is how it's done.
Uh-oh.
Something about this.
Uh-oh.
Very not right.
What did he just... Oh, it's Whirlwind Arrow. Okay, Whirlwind Arrow. Got it. Okay. Oh, that's the putty.
Lucky shot, punk.
Oh, then. Okay. Where's
This takes real skill, you know.
the arrow?
World's
Where's
greatest
his
marksman.
dagger?
At your service.
You should hear the boxing glove arrow when it hits. It makes this kind of sound. I had to record it and make it my ringtone.
Boom.
Aww.
You remind me of my circus days, clown.
One little arrow, one big boom. I like not getting blown up.
He caught the boxing glove arrow.
You're not brash if you could back it up.
Okay, so there's a lot of dialogue. Oh, you just stabbed him with stabbed him with another arrow.
You look like you're under a lot of stress. I recommend acupuncture, Green Arrow style.
Is he gonna freeze him? Oh, Diamond Tip versus Adamantium.
Ha! Eat your heart out, Robin Hood.
Aww.
Oh, that's a headache.
Shot for shot, arrow for arrow, Green Arrow and Hawkeye are a well-made match, making this an extremely close fight.
Green Arrow has pulled off some ridiculous shots, but when Hawkeye is at his best, it's nearly impossible for any mortal man to hit him. We're talking about a guy who catches arrows in his bare hands, even when he's been blinded.
Both archers wield impressive bows, too. An average bow needs as much as 80 pounds of force to pull. Green Arrows has an impressive draw weight of 125 pounds. However, Hawkeye's is double that at 250 pounds. This is the same bow he can fire at near machine gun speeds, even at a faster rate than Green Arrow, while wearing chainmail.
Oliver may have had an arrow for just about any situation, but he didn't have one for making him faster, stronger, and tougher than Hawkeye. Looks like Green Arrow got shafted.
The winner is Hawkeye.
That sucks.
Next time on Death Battle.
What? Mew and Mewtwo? Red is gonna be on the next Death Battle? Oh no. Oh, are you really doing this right now? Oh, you're gonna have Charizard versus Greymon? Charizard versus Greymon. Alright. That's gonna be pretty awesome.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Ben, I play Wiz, and this is Jocelyn.
So we'll pause. There we go. Just had to turn the recording off. So, sheesh. It was a heavy death battle. I mean, it was exciting at least. Boy. I mean, yeah, Hawkeye. They explained it again. He's faster and stronger. And, you know, I was a bit bummed that the boxing glove arrow didn't hit. But I guess if Hawkeye can just catch arrows in midair. I was a little disappointed that he didn't use the nuclear warhead, though. I mean, come on. If you have an arrow that's a nuclear warhead, you gotta use it. But, yeah, so next time, Charizard versus Greymon. I need to do some research, but I think from what I know now, I think Greymon might have it. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead, leave a like down below, comment what you guys thought of the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.